Hello and welcome to a double length episode of the Weekly Whatever, our weekly show where we talk about whatever we want. We are in a state of mourning, myself being Chris.
And I'm Brad.
Yeah, it's
Heartbroken.
it is feels bad, man.
It feels awful. It's so sad we lost someone who prides themselves on being the greatest strategist in Survivor history, according to Andrew Savage. Uh, we are going to break down everything from the crazy 2 hours of Survivor that we saw last night. But first, make sure to hit the buttons below that make numbers go up. Subscribe, like, check out Twitter so you can tweet at us and mourn with us the loss of Stephen Fishback.
Remember that
Uh,
was like a 2 hour it was like a movie of the fall of the fish.
it was. It was emotional
It's
and
a tragedy.
just emotionally draining. I was exhausted after the 2 hours, just going over all the potential scenarios in my head while watching the episode. I was totally exhausted after that 2 hours. But it was good. It was a lot of fun. It ended on a really sad note. So let's get into it.
Yeah.
Let's start first to do justice to Sierra Easton because she was also on this season. Uh,
Also ran, yes.
yeah, she was there. Let's go back to her tribal council first because we lost Sierra in the first hour in a crazy tribal council.
Oh yeah.
What are your thoughts? Just to start. Don't. Yeah, just
Yeah,
go.
so when it just happened, I was just like thrilled because like Joe got screwed again.
Yeah,
Someone he was trying to work with, boom, gone.
yeah,
And it was a big decision for Jeremy to do what he did. Like that was
huge. Yeah, he put
I
himself
mean,
out there,
he did.
big time.
And at the time it seemed like the right thing. I mean, we'll have that discussion later. But
Yeah, hindsight being what it is, it might not have been the best move.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, that was a huge, huge move for Jeremy. He really stuck his neck out there for Fishback. I'm with you. I loved it at the time, of course, because Fishback was safe. Um, Now looking at it from Jeremy's perspective, it's probably not the right decision.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know. Okay, let's actually think about it. Is that the right move for Jeremy? He's essentially locking up an ally for the rest of the game by saving Fishback. But at the same time, he's still like he's in the minority on those numbers.
Yeah, like how aware is he that Fishback is viewed as this massive threat that it's not just this week we feel like getting rid of Fishback. Like it that must be what he's thinking is that like this will pass and people won't care about Fishback next week, right? Otherwise it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, if you're Jeremy and you think that Fishback is going to remain such a target, you need to eliminate a few more people before just saving him is enough.
Hmm.
Because that vote, it was just Jeremy, Steven, and Kimmy that voted for Sierra. All seven other people voted against Fishback, or two of them voted for Kimmy.
Hmm.
So I don't even know why they threw votes at Kimmy. I don't know what that. What was that going to
In
accomplish?
case, yeah, that's dumb.
No, they must have
Two.
thought they had Kimmy or Jeremy on their side. Okay.
Hmm.
If you're Jeremy, should you have told Fishback that his name was being thrown out there so much and maybe tried to do something with his advantage? And that way you don't have to play an idol.
At that point he didn't know about the advantage. Oh, well, he
Well,
didn't
he
knew
knew
he
he
had
had,
the advantage.
yeah.
Yeah. Would they have been able to make something happen though? Because that would have been 6-4.
Yeah, just I mean, looking at the number, it still doesn't work. But I don't know if he can go to. Then he can start making moves by going to people, and it's like, hey, I'm gonna use my advantage, so don't fuck with me tonight. Um, I don't know.
Yeah.
That was that. I mean, it's kind of a no question. Jeremy did say on Twitter after the episode that he decided to use the idol on the way to tribal.
Mm.
It's like I'm gonna save Fishbag. So I mean, he couldn't do anything at that point anyway. All right. I really it's so hard to separate these two tribals, these two episodes from my mind, in my mind.
Yeah.
I don't want to separate them from my mind. I want to keep them in there. Just the end I want to lose. So I'm ready to just to get into the second episode more. I don't know if you have more to say on the first tribal.
I mean, it all just seems so like it was so fun at the time, but it seems so diminished by the second episode because like the reward was bigger and more important. The community was bigger and more important. Like
Yeah.
it was all just a big finish this week.
Yeah, it was. And I think most people when you see a double episode coming, a 2-hour episode, you expect one of them to be crap. Comparatively. Like,
Not
it's just going to be predictable. Yeah, this was insane. These might have been the two best episodes of the season.
yeah.
And I really thought Joe was going to go home in one of these episodes because, well, he'll lose immunity and then it'll be really predictable and they'll just get rid of Joe and there's not much for them to do there narratively. So we'll just do a 2-hour episode and just get rid of Joe here.
Mm.
Part of that came true. But we'll get there. All right, let's actually go through this episode in order because it really all leads to Fishback's downfall.
Yes.
The reward challenge.
This reward was
Nighttime.
oh yes, there's a running through the forest. Hilarious stuff in this challenge. Fishback trolling what's her name?
Abby.
Brazilian Abby.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. What happened there? I was writing stuff. I didn't actually see the beginning of it. I only saw Abby
Oh,
grab
it's
the wrong
great.
thing.
So she's standing there, and he's coming up, running towards the post behind her, and then he reads the question really fast and just lifts open the. He reaches over her shoulder and lifts the lid of a wrong answer, and so she just assumes that he knows what he's thinking, what he's talking about, and grabs one out of there and runs back, and he just closes it and then reads the question actually, and picks the correct answer.
That's amazing. Oh my god. All right. That's actually really funny. When they started the challenge and I saw that two people were just going to be at a question at the same time, I'm like, that's really dumb because they'll just one person doesn't need to know it and they can just take the answer to the other person. That's really funny. This challenge being a throwback to something they did all the way back in season 1 and they did it a couple other times. At least once more.
Mm.
And really classic Survivor challenge, but they didn't allow people to go to the booths at the same time back then.
How did they separate it?
I believe there were a lot less people in the game at that time
Mm.
that they ran it, and so there was probably a booth open all the time for you. Just there was always enough. There's 5 people, 5 booths, or whatever the numbers were, and you just go. You start running down a path and you rope it off, and then unhook it when you came back.
Hmm.
But a really really fun challenge. During the challenge, since we're actually talking about the challenge, they hid an immunity idol clue in one of the correct answers.
This is a clever way of making it like random, basically.
Yeah, my question about that is that do you like that better, or should they have just hidden it somewhere and someone that's actually looking for the clue then gets it rather than Keith could have stumbled upon this? I mean, he would have
Well,
to
yeah,
get a
I mean,
question right, but
roasted. Yeah, but yeah, it's like random basically, which I don't know how I feel about it. Because do you want it to just be for people who are hunting, or
I
I
mean,
don't know.
it's fine. I think it works out fine because Wentworth gets it. But because the only drawback I see is someone like Keith could have gotten this, or Kimmy, and what are they gonna do with it?
True.
Right? So that'll just sit in their pocket until final 5 or 4 when they're they don't need it because they're going to the end anyway. They're so useless. Okay. So yeah, I wish they had kind of hidden it elsewhere. I really
Hmm.
liked that they didn't make Wentworth go and walk through the dark to retrieve the idol.
Yeah, that was weird.
It was weird with Jeremy, yeah. But I like that they actually made her. There was some risk in what she was doing, retrieving
Mm,
the idol under the shelter. All right,
it's pretty funny.
getting a little off track.
Well, yeah.
A little off track. Little off track. My fault. Okay. So Fishback wins reward here. Incredible. The guy's
He
amazing.
does. It was so close.
It was so close. Charlie Brown, Spencer Bledsoe, once again, oh so close, but right behind Stephen Fishback, doesn't win. Fishback wins. Pick 2 people to go with your on reward. There's 9 people in the game, and there's gonna be 3 of them gone. I'd rather be in the 6, but
2 seemed really small, yeah.
yeah, I was
Because
surprised.
usually Jeff will be like, "Oh, okay, I'll give you one more," or something like that, to that effect.
Yeah, I think with 9 people, they would typically just do like 4 on 4, and one person and Abby just doesn't get to go. I think. All right, first person Fishback picks Tasha. Do
And you can
you
see it on
like that pick?
Jeff's face.
Jeremy was gonna lose it.
Yeah. Okay, so Tasha, I really don't know because I think he just wanted to mend the fence from earlier, like much earlier, the episode before where they kind of voted without her, maybe. Because who would have been a better choice? Who does he need to like pull in close,
Well,
or who does he need to isolate from everyone else?
that's interesting. Well, the way he said publicly is, I need to mend some fences, and Tasha and Spencer, both of them, had just voted against him,
Yeah.
but Jeremy's idol saved him. So those 2 are the 2 that I would consider. You have to take Jeremy in that
Yeah.
3 because he just saved you. Um, and he picks Tasha, which I think is fine. But Spencer seems
Spencer
to
held a
be
grudge.
really upset. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is just the way that it was edited, but it seems like not picking Spencer is really what set Spencer off to target Fishback so aggressively. He's like, I'm out. Yeah, he's I now see like those 3 are tighter with each other than I am with any of them. So
No, I think that came much earlier. I think it came at the point when Jeremy was giving him lip service saying, "Oh yeah, I would have done the same thing for you." And he at that point said, "I think I'm being lied to."
okay,
And he was not about that group anymore.
all right. Fair point. I forgot about that. We didn't mention that after Jeremy played the idol for Steven, he did say that to Spencer.
Yeah. Do you think he was being honest? I don't think so. Jeremy, I mean.
According to Jeremy on Twitter, he was being honest. Said he would have done it for Kimmy, Tasha. I don't know if he said Keith,
Yeah.
Spencer, or Steven. Yeah, that's what he said.
Hmm.
It's been a while since he played the game, so who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay. So I don't have a ton here on hand about what Spencer did. I'm trying to find it. Um,
Did to what?
to start really pushing for Fishback while they're on the reward. Uh,
Oh.
I don't remember. Everyone was just, let's get rid of
Yeah,
Fishback.
it was like group sentiment.
All right.
And after the last vote, I mean, it makes sense.
Yes. Yeah, like now when you look at the 2 hours as a whole, well, he was the target for both hours,
Yeah.
right? So, I don't know. Okay. Let's move forward a bit. Talk about the immunity challenge, just really briefly.
Yeah, I mean, Spencer, he kicked the football. Totally kicked it with
Yeah,
both of his feet. He
no
gripped
one.
it with both feet and put it on the ground. I'm gonna stop.
Okay, it was close.
It
Was.
was.
It fell apart at the end.
It was a nail biter.
Yeah. So yeah, Spencer beats Joe. Joey Amazing loses an immunity challenge. Well, this is it. He's got to go home now. He's vulnerable.
I still
It's
think they made a mistake. He's
yeah.
gonna go on another run. They're not gonna. I don't want to see him in Final Three, man. I don't want to see that shit.
I have okay. Since you brought that up, I have a question for you. If Joe is in the final three, does he automatically win the game?
Who's he? Who's he playing? Who's he with?
Anyone? Does he beat everybody in the game?
I don't think he can beat like a really strong like. Okay, having a good resume is one thing, but having a good resume where you didn't have to piss off everyone on the jury. I mean, this isn't going to be a salty jury except for what's his face with the dumb hat.
Savage.
But like, okay, Savage is going to vote for Joe.
Well, yeah.
Cass would vote for Jeremy.
Cass would vote for Wentworth. I think they were
Yeah.
the
Okay, yeah. So
girls.
I was just considering Jeremy for now, but
Gotcha.
Wentworth,
Okay.
yeah. Okay, so
Okay.
let's do both at the same time.
Okay.
So Cass would vote for either of them. Fishback would vote for either of them.
Yeah, he'll vote based on gameplay.
Yeah. Sierra would vote based on gameplay.
She might vote for Wentworth because they were the witches, but I agree. Okay. Either
She
one.
would vote for Jeremy as well.
Okay.
I'm not saying
Are
that's.
you just
Are we saying
comparing?
that's the three?
No, are you just comparing like those two on their own against Joe?
Yeah,
Okay, I'm with it. Got it.
because Abby's the third.
Yep. Yeah, of course. Gotcha. All right.
Okay,
So then Tasha,
Tasha. Mm,
she does love Joe's body.
I think she would vote based on game.
Okay. Wigglesworth.
She on the jury.
Yeah, I know. She's gonna get more screen time on the
might
jury.
vote for Joe.
Yeah, I think she would. Keith.
Keith would vote for Jeremy for sure.
Okay.
Um,
I can sign that. Kimmy.
yeah, Jeremy. Yeah, they work together.
Okay. Spencer.
Spencer would vote based on gameplay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then what we're saying is Joe's gonna get no votes, or he's gonna get 1 or 2 votes. He'll get
Yeah.
Savage and Wigglesworth.
So I guess I can deal with him going to the end as long as he doesn't go with like Kimmy and Abby,
Right.
because then he can win.
Well, then
go
he'll
with someone who is playing the game seriously.
Yeah.
If he goes against two goats, then he's solid.
I don't see how he can go to the end with 2 goats. I don't
What does he have to do to get there with two goats?
well, he has to be strategically strong enough to get out a strategic player. And I
Or
don't
just to convince a goat that they're not going to beat someone who is playing super hard, but they can beat someone who just rode on immunities, which you could probably sell to someone.
maybe. But he also has to continually win immunities to sell that. Because if he loses one, like down the stretch, he's 100% gone.
Yeah,
Right?
That's
Alright.
that's the idea, right?
That's okay. Yeah,
He
okay.
is going if he's going to get there, then he's winning
Yeah.
them all.
Yeah.
So.
All right. I'm absolutely with that. I completely agree that there's I as soon as Fishback got voted out, we were talking at the time. I said Kelly Wentworth wins Survivor. I firmly believe that at this point she's the winner of the season.
Yeah, I was thinking about it after the episode was over, and Jeremy is pretty screwed now. He's got the idol in his pocket, but he's still like he's on the bottom now.
He had a bad episode, second half.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
His main guy is gone. He's got what, Kimmy?
He's got Kimmy.
That's it?
And he's got Kimmy and Tasha.
I don't even know if he has Tasha.
They voted together in that vote. That's all we know.
But she's but she's a lot more in with other blocks.
Yeah. Well, interesting. Okay, you're just knocking everything off my list. We still haven't even gotten to the tribal council of Fishback went home. This is great. Okay. I believe it was that tribal council. Tasha said something to the effect that voting blocks are over, and it's like essentially this is like you got your group now and you're going to the end.
Yeah.
I believe that was the final 9 tribal council. That was the second tribal. Okay. Do you sign off on that? Like she said that when she thought they had Spencer, and then it was Fishback, Jeremy, Kimmy, and herself. That was the
Mm,
five, and she was saying that okay, this is the voting blocks. I think they're done. This is the group, and if you're not in it, you're screwed.
I
Uh,
think I think she believes that, and I think some people will, but at this point, like everything has just been too loosey goosey all season, and you can't. I don't. I don't think it'll happen. Like it's just been so easy to be fluid that I
yeah,
think it'll stay fluid until like beyond like a core three. Like a three can stick together, but like a five,
yeah, I agree. I think all of that is great for Wentworth. There's still some
yeah.
big targets in the game. All right, okay, we're getting there. We are going to hit this tribal council. All right, Spence. So okay, first, did you like that Spencer or fucking Fishback? Just not even call him Steven because I just try and say Spencer all the time. Fishback, did you like that he told Tasha and Jeremy about his advantage?
Hmm.
He did it to solidify that three.
And I think it worked. Like I wonder if Tasha would have voted that way if she didn't know about it.
Right.
And hmm, I think he did the right thing because it'll be more useful when you have more people who you can say for sure are voting with you. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know how sure that is, but
Yeah. As sure as he can be.
you got to have a really good lay of the land before you use that thing.
Okay.
And I mean, it didn't even really work this time, but
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, and he told Spencer as well, but Spencer had already flipped, and him just telling him what the advantage was just meant that he knew how things were going to shake out.
yeah.
And he knew he could pull it off. All right. Tribal Council. We made it. We're there. Let's talk about it.
Hmm.
Fishback decides to play his advantage.
I
Good
think
decision. Oh,
yes,
go
he
for it.
needed to.
Yeah.
I think I'm most impressed with the fact that Wentworth had the nerves of steel to like be confident that she didn't have to play her idol on Joe after the advantage went into play
Yeah. I think.
because yeah,
Well, I
she had to
think
be really sure of her numbers.
she did. Yeah. I think there's not as much of a risk. Like losing Joe to her is not the end of the world the same way that losing Fishback for Jeremy could be.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, you're right. She had to be very certain that people were gonna do what they said they were gonna do, or else things are just gonna continue to go downhill for her side and her numbers. Um, okay, I agree. So Fishback plays his advantage. He says he's gonna steal Joe's vote. He votes for Joe with Joe's own vote, which was awesome.
Hilarious.
I
Yeah,
loved that. Um, and he votes for Abby with his other vote. So they're splitting the vote.
that was a mistake.
Ultimately, yes.
Why do they?
They're afraid of an idol.
I mean I get that, but at that point, it's like either way he's screwed. Like by splitting, he's screwed. So if you just put them all on Joe and hope, you're actually better off. Because by
Yeah,
splitting, you have no chance of success now.
yeah. Ultimately, I don't want to kill them too hard for this because ultimately, and Fishback said this on Twitter, he trusted Spencer. He was wrong. That was
Mm.
the mistake.
Okay.
Uh, I don't think they should have split. I agree. I think Jeremy should have been like, yeah, I have an idol, so Joe probably doesn't. Uh, and then they wouldn't have split the vote, and they would have just
Yeah.
voted out Joe. So I agree. I think it's a bit of a mistake, and it's unfortunate. It's a really sad way to go out of the game. So the vote ends up coming down. What was it? 4 for Fishback, 3 for Abby, and 2 votes for Joe.
Abby gonna be on a warpath for the rest of
She's
the
gonna
game.
be on a war. Yeah, like Jeremy and Kimmy and Tyler, they won't get her to, or I guess Fishback was one of them, but she won't be working with any of them. You wrote my
Nope.
name down once.
Done. Dead.
Yeah, you fuck with me, you're dead. All right. Um, I'm not gonna lie, it really hurt watching Fishback go home.
Yeah.
He took it on the show. He took it better than I did. Like I think this is a huge credit to this whole format of Second Chance. The vote in as soon as Fishback's name was on the ballot, I'm like, that's my guy. And I didn't really believe for a long time that he was going to be able to go very far. I thought he was for sure a pre-boot when the tribes formation came out. I was like, he's screwed. He's on a tribe with Joe and Savage. Like he's just dead. And he managed to go really deep. He got to the merge. I started to believe it. I really started to believe he is going to go far in this game, and he got clipped.
he had a very sympathetic edit, and I'm not sure what to make of that. I mean, I guess it was just a good story, and you kind of just see the rise and fall.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I wonder about it, especially with like the sickness, like the
He was
gastrointestinal
dying.
distress.
Hashtag severe gastrointestinal distress. Yeah, he was dying out there. So I really hope he gets a third shot. I hope he wants a third shot. I think he's done enough to warrant it.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
I think a few people on this season kind of have somebody like Varner as well.
Ooh,
Uh,
yeah.
I would love to see Varner play again. Okay, I actually want to talk about the edit of the season as a whole, not just Fishback. We started out the season with a lot of Varner. There was some Abby as well, but it was a lot of Varner. Then Varner got clipped. Right before Varner got clipped, we saw a lot of Cass, and it was a ton of Cass, and then Cass got clipped.
True.
And Fishback kind of took over that role as soon as she left, and I was like, well, it's kind of making me nervous that he's getting this much screen time, but maybe it is just a winner's edit, and he is gonna ride it all the way to the end. I started to believe, and he gets clipped.
So that puts Wentworth in the front position, I guess.
Yeah, Wentworth or Spencer. I think they got a lot more screen time.
Spencer, true.
I think Spencer especially got a lot more screen time than he has lately, and he also played a big role. But if that continues, it kind of makes me worry that we're gonna see a lot of Spencer, and then he's gonna get clipped. But I just thought that was interesting. Yeah, something that I don't think they've really done before editing wise with the season. Normally we see a lot of the winner throughout the whole season.
So who's the thread then? Like, I don't know.
I don't know that if my gut tells me Spencer's going to be the next guy that we see a lot of until he's gone.
I mean, like, where's the winner's thread? Like, do you think there just isn't going to be like a current going through the whole season? Then?
I don't think there is. Maybe it's Abby. No. No, it's not. There's 0% chance. She will not get a vote. I think it's Wentworth. I think it's support because in that first episode he had a great first episode.
Oh yeah, she did get that.
Finding the idol. Too. Yeah, and it started Jeremy a little bit. I don't know if you heard this, but he has a wife. Her name is Val.
You're gonna see her next week, man.
Oh god damn it, he's gonna be a wreck. Oh man. So I think that as well. We also saw a little bit more Keith this episode, but Keith just pops up to say a few funny things every now and then, and then he goes away. All right. Let's talk about a bit more about this boot of Stephen Fishback from the perspective of Spencer. And I've really been struggling with this because I'm really biased. And it's just like, you got rid of Fishback. It's a dumb move. You're a piece of shit. But and I don't know if this is the bias talking, but I think that clipping Fishback here for Spencer is very similar to what Fishback did to Wigglesworth. And it kind of put him on the map, and it pissed off some people. And I think in a couple episodes, he might be in trouble.
Hmm. I mean, so here's the thing, like that I'm thinking. Uh, what Jeremy has done is he uses Joe as a meat shield, and I think at times you kind of need a brain shield, like someone who is playing a lot harder than you and
Yeah.
is really digging into the strategy, like visibly digging into the strategy, which is what Fishback has been doing. Like he's been very vocal and playing super hard, and with for Spencer to not have someone who's out there playing super hard now, his movements are going to be a lot more noticeable. And I think, as you say, he's going to be on the map a lot more, and I think that might screw him over in the long run.
That's interesting. I agree
But at the
completely.
same time, Fishback playing super hard, and eventually the one's gonna have to get rid of the other. And
Yeah. Yeah, and
that's
I'm the way that Fishback was playing, the way that the way that Spencer is starting to play. Uh, they're not playing for a second. They're
no.
playing to either get, as Fishback gets, he gets ninth, or they're playing for sixth or fifth. And if they get to the end, they'll win, but they might not make it to the end. So I respect that. I think that's the way to play. But yeah, for Spencer, I'm worried now.
Yeah.
I think there's still, I mean, Wentworth and Abby are, well, okay, they're not that tight because it's Abby, but I mean, she's in a good spot. I think she's kind of friendly with a bunch of people. Keith is just doing whatever the hell he wants. Uh, and this move for Spencer doesn't really put him in a group. I think it just kind of kicks him out of two groups. Uh,
Hmm. Takes him out of two groups.
well, it pisses off people, and I don't think he's really in a group with the other side.
Yeah.
I think that he's exposable to them. But I think I don't know. It might be too early, but I do kind of like the move from Spencer.
Yeah.
I don't see the path to the end for him, but uh, I'd be okay if he won.
Yeah. I
I
mean, he was
guess
my day one pick. So.
that's true. He was your day one pick. I have been kind of cold on Spencer this season.
He's been wishy washy, and he's been, I don't know,
he's been kind of a dick
not
to
learning that much.
people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keeps saying like I'm gonna be like making real connections with people. Like, oh man, it's so real.
yeah.
But he's not.
Yep. And he's done a couple things like voting, or was it voting against Cass or something like that, and he was like really over dramatic, and he was trying to talk to Joe and Joe speak, and he was talking about football. I was like, I don't think
Oh, that
that's
was awful.
Joe. And it's like
That was
there's a
awful.
lot of weird stuff with Spencer this season. I'm not a big fan. I mean, I like him as a fan of Survivor because he's a fan and he's strategic, but man,
Yeah,
oh
not great stuff.
nope, he's no Fishback. Oh man. All right. We already kind of talked about it, that it's got to be a mistake to not take Joe now, right?
It is a mistake. Like he's he's too good. He's too good at
He's
challenges.
amazing. He's won 4, almost won 5, and he wins almost every reward. If I could talk,
Yeah,
I think it's a mistake.
yeah.
I hope it bites them all in the ass. Fuck you guys. I'm on Team Joe. Let's go to the end.
Well, yeah. I mean, at this point, I wanted him to win every single immunity
It would be
and then
incredible.
go to the end and then lose.
And then lose.
That's
Because
what
that's
I
the
want.
way Survivor should be.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the dream.
Yep. I'm with that. He's one immunity away from tying the record for immunities in the season. And there's 8 people still in the game.
That's totally crazy.
There's 5 or 6 more immunity challenges.
Jeez. That's
Insane.
crazy.
Yep. Yeah, they're really just banking on the fact that, somebody's gonna beat him. And he has been close to losing a couple times. But
Has he? Other than the foot thing, when was he close?
I think
I guess Abby on the balance. Is that what you're
yeah,
talking
he
about?
struggled a lot. He struggled with that a long time. It looked the way it was edited that he was close to losing to Keith in the first immunity challenge. in the
I think
first
that's
episode.
it.
Could be.
That was all.
It fucking could be. Everything could be it. He might not have been that close to Spencer in that challenge.
Hmm.
Um, yeah. All right. Yes, I'm almost dying. I'm taking a drink. Uh,
Okay.
I made it. I'm
Good
okay.
job.
Yep. All right.
Alrighty.
Thank you. All right. We just gotta hit on a few extra things here.
Yes.
Do you like what they did offering to build them a shelter if 5 of the 9, 10 players, 10 at the time,
Hmm.
5 of the 10 players decided to give up their shot at an immunity challenge?
No. It made
Well,
things too easy on Joe. Which, but like,
yeah.
they should have found another way. I don't know what,
Yeah.
but something.
Maybe instead of offering the reward challenge to a team to be like
Oh
a
yeah,
food
that would have been
reward,
good.
maybe you guys can forego food and instead improve the shelter.
Yeah, that'd have been
Something
great.
like that. I think I like the consequence of having to give up immunity to improve the shelter. But
Yeah,
I agree. Joe was never going to not compete.
yeah. That
And
was such.
yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I'm totally like thinking about it, but then at the end, oh, I just changed my mind.
Yeah. I really thought that no one except Joe was gonna be like, yeah, I'll compete, and then Joe's just gonna win immunity by pulling out a
Uh,
rock that was not white. Like,
that would have made me angry.
man, yeah, that would have been super lame.
At least
All
Nail
right,
gave it a shot.
he did, and they got an insane shelter.
Yeah, holy crap, it's so big.
It's
Like,
massive.
there's the first shot, and I was like, why is this like super weird, like glorious music playing at the beach? And then I remembered, and the first shot wasn't that amazing, but then when they're like standing in it and you see how big it actually is,
Yeah,
holy
it's
crap.
enormous. Like the roof extends way out over the sleeping area, just way out over the fire, and oh my god,
Yeah, the fire pit inside,
yeah,
awesome.
insane. But they must have been dying out there to to offer them that
Yeah.
opportunity. They
Point.
maybe they're like Fishback is actually going to die if we
Yeah,
don't do
that's
this. Do you think there's an element of the producers saying they're not able to play the game because it's raining so much, and we're gonna have nothing here if we don't help them? So, because
maybe.
it got them out of the shelter at least, but the weather also eased up, I think, a bit.
Yeah, I think the weather did ease up afterward.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's not that there's going to be no like entertaining show. It's more just that like you can't do that to people. It's just not okay.
Yeah, it was brutal. Like it's not always fun to watch. I don't always care when it's raining and people are complaining. It's like, yeah, well, suck it up.
I just hate when they show the feet and the hands like all like waterlogged and gross.
Yeah. And Fishback had some really gross feet.
Yeah.
They're swollen. Like he's literally dying out there. Man. Yeah. Killing himself for that game
Yeah, man.
that he lost. Not worth. Ninth place.
Not
Who
worth.
the fuck cares? All right. I'm kidding, of course. All right. I think. Oh, actually, there is one more. We didn't talk about the first reward challenge in the first episode. It struck me as odd that they were doing this particular challenge post merge. So the challenge itself is very physical. Just 3-on-3. There's one ball. You each have a basket. Get the ball in your basket to score a point. First 3 points wins. It's a very physical challenge.
Hmm. They're all already like totally dead and stuff, and
Yeah.
raining.
Yeah, it
I
was.
don't
Yeah,
know.
it was. They're in the ocean, but it was pouring rain on them still, just dying out there. It's. I don't. It struck me as odd, and I don't know if I'm just reading into this too much. But are there any possible implications on the social game or any potential relationships where you're trying to basically kill each other for the shot at some food. Like we saw Abby going after Wentworth
Yeah.
during the challenge. Is
You can
there?
see Joe like literally just shoving what was it, Kenny
Yeah, probably.
down?
Yeah,
That was pretty bad.
yeah. He's Fishback just tackling Joe over and over again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
But yeah, I see what you mean. Like we'll get nuts, I guess. Is
Yeah.
that what you mean? Like
Yeah. Are there any potential implications after the challenge, like on the social game from something like that, post
I don't know,
merge?
you never see it. I think maybe you saw it once. I think I remember one time people were pretty mad at Amanda's friend, big guy,
James.
banana etiquette. Yeah.
Nice. I
That guy.
understood that reference. Yeah.
People were pretty mad at him one time
Yeah.
after a really physical challenge.
Yeah, I don't think it was post merge though. So I
Oh,
think
okay.
that's different. Like when it's tribe against tribe, like I kind of get it.
Mm.
I get I don't know, I just feel it feels weird that they did that post merge.
Hmm.
Where, you know, there are some relationships out there and I don't know.
I don't
Maybe I'm
know.
just making stuff up and there's actually nothing there.
Maybe.
Yep. I did actually skip a question that I just thought of while we were talking about that. Um, more on Fishback, because of course. What in your mind was ultimately his downfall?
Mm.
Obviously, splitting the vote is the final thing that killed him,
Yes.
but something had to lead to that point. Is it targeting Joe so openly? Is it just playing too hard? Is it the fact that he got the advantage? Is it getting rid of Wigglesworth? What do you think it is?
I think going after Joe too hard is a big part of it. And I think the biggest thing is that he didn't notice that he was screwed the first time and he had to get rescued. And after that point, his game was I don't want to say his game was shot, but I was kind of disappointed that he had no idea.
Yeah,
Like, did you feel that way? Like he had to get rescued by Jeremy. Like,
he did.
otherwise that was it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But that's a big like if he were to make it to the end, that would have been a big black mark on his resume. That
That's that's interesting that you say that. And I had written down before and it didn't I didn't bring it up because it didn't matter anymore because he went home. But I had a question. If Jeremy and Fishback are both in the final two or three, whatever, obviously Abby's beside them.
yeah.
Um, is this something that Fishback can say, well, I had Jeremy so far in my pocket that he was spending idols to save me, or is this better for Jeremy to be just like the only reason Fishback's here is because of me? Who has the better argument?
I'd be it'd be hilarious if he tried to spin it that way. I don't know. I mean, if he can like say it and sell it,
Yeah.
then that is big. But I don't know if he could sell that.
Yeah. Well,
Do you think he's that good?
Uh,
Because it's not
the
true.
the only time we've seen Fishback in a final tribal, it was bad. It was really bad. No votes to JT, but uh, the way that it was building that story between the two of them, Fishback just got Spencer and Jeremy to do what he wanted and got rid of Wigglesworth. I don't think that was a great move for Jeremy to do that.
Mm.
So if things continued along this path where, you know, Fishback did get saved by him, but Jeremy was doing what I wanted, and he's spending idols to keep me safe. I think could have been a possible argument, but again, that totally doesn't matter because it's just he's gone.
Mhm.
It can't happen now. All right. Um, I agree with you that I think targeting Joe was a big blind spot for him,
Yeah.
or going for Joe was just he had the blinders on, and he was just got to get Joe, got to get Joe. And it was something that when Joe lost immunity when we were talking, it's like this could be a good time to get Fishback or Jeremy
Yeah.
because it's such an obvious vote to get Joe, and it would be a huge blindside. No one's going to think that they're going to turn and flip on Fishback there, which was true.
Yep.
So I agree. I think it was going for Joe too much. He was haunted too much by the Golden Boy beating him last time that it just killed him again.
Yeah.
All right. That's all I got. I'm out of notes.
Yeah. I mean, I think we pretty much covered everything.
I'm sure that we did not because there
Well,
were 2 hours and it was a crazy episode. But yeah, we got the
we
big
covered
parts.
everything that mattered.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I'm surprised that it only took 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be way longer. Uh,
We were focused. We were efficient, you know?
we're very efficient here, streamlined,
Exactly.
and also we didn't really care much about that first episode.
Yeah.
Sierra
It was
is
kind of.
just swept under the rug. Yeah.
Have you been following and or do they exist Ponderosa jury member people things?
They exist. They are on the CBS channel. We live in Canada, so you can go fuck yourself, and we don't get to watch them.
God damn it.
Yeah. So that's excellent. But they do exist. Jeff
Cool.
Probst was tweeting them out last night. I'm like, oh, that's so cool that I can't watch them, you dick. We used to be able to watch them.
Yeah, I mean,
then,
we can find nefarious means to watch them.
Yes.
Like you vote in the second chance thing.
What?
Like,
Could
did
we
you
vote?
vote for
Oh,
second chance people?
yes.
Yeah, and you couldn't just do that normally.
I
Could
think
you?
we could. Yeah, I
Oh.
think we could. I don't know that for sure. I'm pretty sure we could.
All
But
right. Well,
I may have used nefarious means, and I just might not have known at the time. All right. I think we nailed it.
me too.
Be sure to hit the buttons that make the numbers go up below, subscribing, liking, tweet mean things at us, or share your sadness on Twitter.
Yeah.
Read my blog. I haven't posted this one for this 2-hour episode because it hurts too much. The wound is still fresh.
Keyboard too wet.
From tears, yes. Yeah, okay. I'm there. Got it. It's like, okay. That's good. We're stopping now. It's over. We'll see you next week. Bye.